All right, we're on this market sell-off with the Dow down 458 and the government at least partially shut down. Before we talk more about that, let me bring you a tweet that just came in while we're in commercial break from President Trump, saying that the wall is different than the $25 billion in border security. The complete wall will be built with the shutdown money plus funds already in hand. The reporting's been inaccurate on the point. The problem is, without the wall, much of the rest of the dollars are wasted. Republican Congressman Roger Williams joins us, and that is the president just 2 or 3 minutes ago, Congressman. So what does that say to you?
Well, I think that I've been supportive of the president in this all the time. Being in Texas, you understand the problem we have at the border. Former Secretary of State, I get it very personally. But I support him, and whatever deal we come up with, I'm going to be supportive of. But the resistance he gets on the other side is amazing. We know in the past they've supported border security and the wall, et cetera. I've always never been a total wall guy. I think technology and boots on the ground is a large component of it. But we need to find a solution. We need to find a common number, and we need to get approved so we can do what the voters said in 2016 and what, frankly, the House of Representatives said last week when we passed our bill to support him.
All politics now, right? I mean, rather than dollars and cents. I mean, you want to talk $25 billion, or you want to talk $5 billion, or $2.5 billion, or trying to find something in between from the 5.7 that the House had. So, what is that number that would be? We'd kind of go over okay with the president's base. I mean, he really took some hits from his own political base. Would you think it's acceptable to kind of split the difference and get, instead of $5 billion, $2.5 billion, something like that?
Well, I think so. I mean, the president's doing everything he can. He's negotiating. I'm a business person myself, and in my business, the automobile business, you start out high in many cases. A lot of people don't want to pay your price, but you find a common number, and I think that's what he's doing. As far as the base is concerned, I think the base sees that he's fighting. It's a promise he made. It's how he got elected. So we need to come up with a number that he's satisfied with, that we can begin construction and begin to protect our sovereignty on this border.
Now, speaking of politics, it's obviously December 24th, Christmas Eve, as you and I are speaking. What if we get to January 3rd and there's still no deal and Nancy Pelosi's the Speaker of the House again? Then what?
Well, I think the chance of getting true border security will lessen, although it will be in her responsibility. And we know that they already agree that we've got a problem down there. They talked about it as early as 2005 with Schumer and Clinton talking about it. So it's politics. I think she is trying to protect her base from the far left so she can become Speaker. And then hopefully, if that happens, that she'll wake up and see that we need to do something down there. Talk to your Border Patrol. They will tell you they need assistance. They need help.
Now, if she is Speaker, though, from what I read and understand it, she could just pass a bill similar to what the Senate already did with no border wall funding in it, right? And the Senate, presumably, since they've done it already, might pass a similar bill. Then what happens? The president vetoes it, and he's stuck with. I mean, how do we get out of this? In other words, do you think?
Well, I mean that is a good question when you have another side that's not willing to negotiate or cooperate. So he would have to veto anything that. If he wanted to, that would have that didn't have border security on it. Look, he ran on it, and he's a business guy, and he understands it's a promise he made. That's how he got elected. So I'm sure if they come with something with no border security, he probably would veto it, and we'll just have to see what happens. But right now, I think I support him in what he's doing. Whatever number it is, I'll be supportive of, and I think his base is too.
All right, that's the question, and you may be right about that. See if we can cut a deal here in the next few days. It'll be tough, obviously, with Christmas, but maybe after Christmas. Congressman, thank you, and Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for coming on.
And Merry Christmas to you. Thanks.
Yep.